Hello, everybody. I hope you had a restful and relaxing school vacation. This is tournament week, and as promised, here is the overview for the 2024 Odyssey Spring Fling, formerly known as the 2024 Nor'easter. We're going to go over a few things. Not a lot has changed in terms of logistics, but we are going to talk about new problem sites. We're going to talk about forms, show you the maps, and remind you about spontaneous procedures and everything else we'll have going on in Biddeford on the 27th. All right, so the Odyssey Spring Fling, where is it going to be? It is going to be in two buildings. It is going to be at Biddeford Middle School and Biddeford Intermediate School. If you punch 25 Tiger Drive Biddeford into your GPS, you will get to the middle school. That's 25 Tiger Drive in Biddeford. We are going to open the doors around 7 o'clock. We expect to be done around 6 with everything. And we have 77 teams joining us from Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. It's going to be a great day. So let's look at the maps of where we're going to be. The middle school and the intermediate school are right next to each other. They're separated by the bus loop. So if you are in the intermediate school, if you're performing there, it's a quick walk to the middle school. If you're in the middle school and you want to go see what's happening in the intermediate school, you walk right out the back door and you are there. There is going to be plenty of parking for these two buildings. There is additional parking across the street at Biddeford Primary School as well. So if we do need to use that, that is open to us. But I suspect we'll have plenty of parking directly on site on the 27th. The way we've broken this down, we will be putting primary, problems 1 and problem 2 into the intermediate school. We will have all of spontaneous. We will have problem 5, problem 4, problem 3 in the middle school. And when I say all of spontaneous, I mean the competitive spontaneous. Primary spontaneous will still be in the intermediate school. There won't be any need to leave unless you want to come over and check out what's going on in the middle school. All right, so registration. Just like we were going to do at Noble High School, we will be in the lobby. We're asking for one coach to come to registration with, again, those 4 long-term forms, those 4 style forms, outside assistance, cost, and the media release opt-out form. We are going to check them for accuracy on site. We will check to see that you have them at registration, just to make sure they're all filled out. Volunteer check-in will also be in the lobby. Your volunteers have been notified. They know what their assignment is going to be. They know what time they need to be there. And they will also check in right there in the lobby. So let's reminder about those forms. We'll go really quickly through this. Your style form has 5 categories. The first 2 are mandatory. Remember, those are spelled out in each of the problem's style section. They will tell you what we will be judging you on. Please write those down. Then you'll have your free choice of team in those other 2 sections. That can be anything the team wishes that's not already being judged in long term. So if you think it's being judged in long term, check, double check, recheck, come to the tournament site. We'll let you know if it is. We'll also ask you to fill out the long term judging form. If you are in Division 1, a team's coach can fill this out as long as it's being directed by the team. Please make it super clear to the judges what it is the team wants to be judged on. Describe what their solution is going to be so our judges can read, can look, and start to assign scores properly. And please bring 4 of each of those forms for our judges. Makes our day go much faster. It makes our day much more pleasant if we have all the forms, and it helps us run everything on time. The other forms you will need the cost form. That will need to be filled out. We will also need your outside assistance form. Now, we understand because of the change that some kids may not be able to make it on the day of. Just because they can't make it to the tournament does not mean they can't be on the outside assistance form. So anyone who's worked on a solution needs to be on this form. And then the last form we'll have the media opt out. We'll be roving around, taking pictures. There may be media there. If you do not want your team to be anywhere in marketing material or anywhere in the media, just sign this form and we will indicate to folks who not to take pictures of. All those forms will be due at registration, which will be in the lobby. If you have any questions about that, please email us and we will do our best to answer them as quickly as we can. Now, a couple of do's and don'ts for the day. None of these have changed from the last time we spoke. We are asking you to arrive at least 90 minutes before your performance to make sure you are ready and everything is fixed and good to go. Please report to the staging area 20 minutes before your performance so we can check forms and make sure our teams are all there. Also, check in 20 minutes before spontaneous. We'll talk a little bit about where check-in is going to be. Make sure you have all your forms. Make sure you're all wearing shoes and you're not lighting things on fire. You're not bringing drones with you. Yep, it's an issue. Do take pride in your team's accomplishments. This year has been nuts. The board is like, we're kind of like ready to be done, and I'm sure your kids are too. We're like a month overdue when we're supposed to be done, but take pride in everything they've done. We will. We hope you do too. And then go support other teams and other problems, not just teams from your community, but a bunch of teams. Go see as much as you can while you're there. Couple of do nots. Don't do any inside assistance. We're going to be watching. Please don't do it. It's easy to step back and not do the thing. Do not focus on the outcome. Focus on the journey. This has been a nuts last couple of weeks. So just focus on how our teams got there. That's far more important than the outcome. And then don't miss picking up your scores and sticky notes. Please, please, please pick up your scores and sticky notes from our head judges after you present. We'll have scorers on site at each problem. That turnaround is going to be pretty quick. Don't go too far after your team has performed. And definitely get that feedback in those sticky notes to share with your teams. And then the last thing, we're still doing this, the team performance comment cards. Please go to performances, fill these out, tell us what you really liked about a performance you saw. We've got a raffle. We'll give away some stuff. So please, please, please go and do that. Like a sticky note coming from a judge, we're going to be sharing these with teams. So they're going to see the feedback they're getting from their peers and other coaches. All right, so where are our performance sites going to be? Like I mentioned, we are going to be separated into two schools. We'll start with the Biddeford Intermediate School first. We will have problem 1, drive-in movie, problem 2, AI techno art, and then we will have primary and primary spontaneous in that building as well. So problem 1, you will be in the gym at BIS. There is a front entrance, there is a side entrance. You can come in either one. That works for us. You'll perform in the gym. The way we have this oriented right now, on the left side of the picture, the team will be performing toward the bleachers. All of the holding will be in the entire building. They're a pretty wide hall. It's pretty big. So feel free to spread out and find a safe place to get stuff ready. We'll be staging you right in front of the gym doors, and performances will start at 9:25. Just next door to the gym is the cafeteria where problem 2 AI techno art will be presenting. Again, any entrance to that building is fine. Just make sure you are holding somewhere in the hallway, somewhere safe for your stuff. You will stage right outside the cafeteria door. What we're looking at right now, that will be the view from the audience. So your teams will be presenting facing out away from that wall. Really big space, a lot of chairs, a lot of tables. There won't be a space issue, that's for sure. But you will be presenting in the cafeteria. Now, when we talk about primary, primary will take over both of those sites when our teams in problem 1 and problem 2 are done. They can come into the building wherever they want. They can use the hallways wherever they want. We will stage outside of the doors in the gym and the cafeteria. Same rules will apply. Kids in the cafeteria will face out, and kids in the gym will face toward the bleachers for their performances. Right now, these performances in the caf will start at 1:20. Performances in the gym will start at 2:20. If you look at your primary schedule, you will know which room you are in. And then right down the hallway in some classrooms, we will have primary spontaneous. You'll check in the lobby, in the hallway. where primary spontaneous is going to be. You will go to your room. You will be paired up with another team, and you will be trained by two of the very best, one former association director and one current association director from Michigan is going to be joining us for this tournament. He's flying in for the day. Really great. They will be training your teams and they will be working with your teams on spontaneous. So please look at the time you are scheduled and show up maybe 10, 20 minutes before your primary spontaneous time. Now, let's go over to the middle school. Well, we'll have problem 3, problem 4, problem 5, and Odyssey inclusive and spontaneous. We will start in problem 3. That is in the library. Really great space. All of the holding will be in this super long, ominous looking hallway. There's plenty of space for all of our teams to hold in that hallway. And then you are looking at the library. This is the performance space. Teams will come in from that door that is marked exit, and they will perform as if they are facing the camera like this. The audience will be sitting here. Teams will be performing right in front of them. Staging is going to be right outside the hallway, and performances are going to start right at 8 o'clock. Problem 4, you will be in the middle school gym. Again, whichever entrance you want to come into the gym, into the building is absolutely fine with us. The performance site will be sort of the back quarter of the gym, on the far side of the gym. All these bleachers will be out. Teams will be performing toward the bleachers. You'll be holding in the hallways outside. There will also be a weigh-in room. That will be 134. That's going to be, show you on the map, that's going to be right outside the gym. So teams will hold, they will come back in to the gym where they will pick up their structure and they will present. All right. Problem 5 will be in the auditorium. So problem 5 includes Odyssey inclusive. The auditorium is beautiful. You're going to love it. You will hold in the back hallway of the auditorium. This is the entrance you'll be going into. Big, wide, double doors, nice and high. Teams will present on the stage. Judges will be right up there with you. If you look on the right-hand side of the picture, you'll see a kind of some stairs and a hallway seemingly off to the side. That's where teams will be entering. You will not be entering into the stairs. That's a ramp. That's a hallway that will bring you right up to the stage. Performances here will start at 8 o'clock. As always, scoring will be on site. Teams will present out to the audience, and then they'll exit off the other side of the stage. That will bring you right into the lobby. And then spontaneous. Spontaneous is going to be on the ground floor. It kind of feels like the basement. That is going to be a check-in of right at the top of these stairs that are in the lobby. There will be an elevator available if you do need that. Teams will go downstairs. They will be in our spontaneous holding rooms where we will be doing a activity for our World Finals float, and there will be a judges lounge in room 3. And then we'll have spontaneous down the hall in a couple of random classrooms. We're not going to show you those classrooms. They're just regular classrooms. And then your teams will be escorted back to the front. They will pick you up in the coach's lounge, and they are free to go on their way. All right, and spontaneous procedure. I'm going to remind you again because it is very important. If you are getting a verbal or a verbal hands-on problem, your team will be given tokens. They will be given 35 tokens that look exactly like this. There will be a container on the table and 35 tokens spread out around the table. When a team member gives a response one at a time, they're to pick up a token, put it in the bin, and then give their response. So token, bin, response. They can do this in any order. Team member can give a response as many times as they want, but the whole team is limited to 35 responses. We encourage everyone to participate, but as always, they don't have to. If they do participate, it's token, bin, response. And those are for verbal and verbal hands-on, just as a friendly reminder. All right, so what are we doing for food and all that stuff? Unfortunately, food trucks are now in their season, and we could not get them back. So there will be no fancy grilled cheeses, which is a super bummer. I understand. However, um, the Biddeford Middle School cafeteria will be open for hanging out, for congregating, and the Biddeford Odyssey of the Line Boosters Club will be selling snacks and food and drinks in the cafeteria: hot dogs, pizza, drinks, snacks, stuff like that. If you have not pre-ordered your pizza yet, I am sending that link out with this video. Please pre-order your pizza so it is ready for you. It is there when you get there. I believe the pickup's going to be around 11:30. It's going to start. But when you do order, when you fill out that link, you will hear back from our friends at Biddeford. You're paying with Venmo, check, cash, like always. We will also set up our auto store right there in the cafeteria. That's going to be for all of your OM swag, all of your pins, all of your apparel, cash card, Venmo, always accepted. And just a reminder, we have our wonderful pins designed by some of our students. We have our main set designed by Elliot. We have Jessica, who gave us our bird this year, and Angela and Johnny from Durham, who gave us our primary pin, which, remember, glows in the dark because it's nightlife and it makes a lot of sense. We'll also have our main t-shirts. This is what we will be taking to World Finals with us this year. Please stop by and check out what we got and take some nice souvenirs home with you. And a reminder, and I'm again super excited for this as well. General Dynamics, Bath Ironworks is going to be joining us again. They had the date open, locked them down the day we had to cancel the tournament. Super pleased they'll be back for our main Odyssey of the Minds 2024 Engineering Expo. So that'll be all those hands-on demos, the virtual reality, the augmented reality, 3D printers. This will be in the Biddeford Middle School gym. So once our structure teams are done performing, Ironworks is going to take over the gym. Please go in and see what they have starting around maybe 1:30, right up till 5 o'clock. They will be in there with all of their demonstrations and all of their staff. Take your kids through their great STEM activities for them to take part in. Maybe make some of that downtime a little more, I don't know, palatable, we'll call it. All right, and then award ceremony. Because we did lose a few teams, we're going to start hopefully a little earlier than we were for the Nor'easter. So we will not start awards any earlier than 5 o'clock. So we will not start before 5 o'clock. If you are back at the school by 5, you're guaranteed to be in the award ceremonies. Anytime after 5, it could soon. So just make sure you're back in Biddeford for those award ceremonies. If you do decide to go to soccer, go to a baseball or a softball game, it's crazy how busy our kids are now. So please be back by 5 o'clock. We'll be recognizing third, second, and first places. We will announce our Omer Awards. We will announce the Renato Trafusco Award for Outstanding Creativity. And we even have a new award that we are going to be giving this year that I am super, super excited for. So please be there for that for sure. And again, because the deadline for World Finals has passed already, we have just under a dozen teams joining us in Iowa. This will be it for our kids this year, unless you've already opted in to go to World Finals. This is going to be it. This will be their chance to see how they stack up. So please come to award ceremonies. I know I make a big deal about focusing on the outcome, but focusing on the journey. You know what? At the end of the day, it's still a competition, and we still want to see how we all stack up. So no earlier than 5 o'clock for the award ceremonies. And that's it. It's not the Nor'easter anymore. It's the 2024 Odyssey Spring Fling at Biddeford Middle School and Biddeford Intermediate School. We hope to see you all there. Have a great week, everybody. And we'll see you on Saturday.